Coin collector and coin lovers, today I am telling about for this coin, United States Washington quarter dollar mint mark coin, 1988p history and background. The 1988 United States quarter dollar coin is part of one of the most enduring and recognizable coin series in American history, the Washington quarter. Although it may appear to be an ordinary coin used in everyday transactions, the 1988 quarter carries with it more than 5 decades of tradition, artistry, economic history, and national symbolism. To fully understand the significance of the 1988 quarter, one must explore the origins of the Washington quarter design, the economic climate of the United States during the late 1980s, the technical details of the coin's production, and its place within the broader history of American coinage. The quarter dollar, commonly known simply as the quarter, represents 25 cents, or 1/4 of a United States dollar. First introduced in 1796, the quarter has undergone numerous design changes throughout its long history. By 1988, the design had remained largely consistent since 1932, when the Washington quarter was introduced to commemorate the 200th anniversary of the birth of George Washington. This script provides a comprehensive history of the 1988 United States quarter dollar coin, covering its origins, design elements, production details, cultural significance, and its legacy in American numismatics. Origins of the Washington quarter, 1932. The Washington quarter was first issued in 1932 to honor the bicentennial of George Washington's birth. Before that, the quarter featured different designs, including the Standing Liberty Quarter, 1916 to 1930. In 1931, the United States government sought to create a commemorative coin to celebrate Washington's 200th birthday in 1932. The U.S. Treasury announced a design competition. The sculptor John Flanagan was selected as the winner. His design was based on a bust of George Washington originally created by French sculptor Jean-Antoine Houdon in 1786. Flanagan's design was classical and dignified, presenting Washington in profile facing left. The reverse of the coin featured a heraldic eagle with outstretched wings, clutching arrows and olive branches, symbols of military readiness and peace. The inscriptions included United States of America, E pluribus unum, and quarter dollar. Although originally intended as a one-year commemorative coin, the Washington quarter proved so popular that it permanently replaced the Standing Liberty design. By 1988, this same general design had been in circulation for 56 years. Transition from silver to clad coinage. One of the most significant changes in quarter history occurred in 1965. Until 1964, quarters were made of 90% silver and 10% copper. Rising silver prices during the early 1960s caused widespread hoarding of silver coins. As a result, Congress passed the Coinage Act of 1965, which eliminated silver from circulating quarters. Beginning in 1965, quarters were composed of a copper core bonded between 2 layers of copper-nickel alloy. This clad composition gave the coin a silver appearance but removed the precious metal content. By the time the 1988 quarter was minted, this clad composition had been standard for over 2 decades. The composition of the 1988 quarter was: outer layers, 75% copper, 25% nickel. Core, 100% copper. Overall composition: 91.67% copper, 8.33% nickel. Weight, 5.67 grams. Diameter, 24.26 millimeters. Thickness, 1.75 millimeters. This composition remains standard for quarters even today. The 1988 quarter, minting and production. In 1988, quarters were minted at 3 primary United States mint facilities. Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark. Denver Mint, D mint mark. San Francisco Mint, S mint mark, proof coins only. Philadelphia Mint. Historically, coins produced in Philadelphia carried no mint mark, and this was still true in 1988. The 1988 Philadelphia quarter was produced in large quantities for general circulation. Mintage, approximately 663 million coins. Denver Mint. The Denver Mint produced 1988 quarters with a D mint mark located on the obverse to the right of Washington's ponytail. Mintage, approximately 596 million coins. San Francisco Mint, proof coins. The San Francisco Mint produced proof versions of the 1988 quarter. Proof coins are specially made for collectors using polished dies and planchets. They feature mirror-like fields and frosted designs. Mintage, approximately 3 million proof coins. Proof coins were not released into circulation, but sold directly to collectors in annual proof sets. Design details of the 1988 quarter. Obverse, front. The obverse features portrait of George Washington facing left. Liberty above Washington's head. In God we trust to the left. The date 1988 at the bottom. Mint mark, if present, to the right of the ponytail. The portrait is a refined version of John Flanagan's original 1932 design. Over the years, minor adjustments were made to sharpen details, but the overall design remained faithful to the original concept. Reverse. Back. The reverse design remained unchanged from 1932 until 1998. It includes heraldic eagle with wings spread, olive branches beneath the eagle, arrows clutched in its talons, United States of America along the top, E pluribus unum above the eagle, $quarter at the bottom. This strong and symmetrical design symbolized national unity, strength, and peace. Economic context of 1988 America. To understand the 1988 quarter historically, it helps to examine the broader context of the United States during that year. 1988 was near the end of President Ronald Reagan's second term. The United States economy was experiencing growth following the recession of the early 1980s. Inflation had been largely brought under control, and unemployment rates were declining. The Cold War was nearing its final years. The United States and the Soviet Union were engaged in diplomatic efforts that would eventually lead to the dissolution of the Soviet Union in 1991. Domestically, 1988 was a presidential election year. George H.W. Bush won the election and would assume office in January 1989. The quarter of 1988 circulated during a period of economic expansion, technological innovation, and significant political change. Numismatic value of the 1988 quarter. Most 1988 quarters found in circulation today are worth their face value of 25 cents. However, value can increase depending on condition. Uncirculated examples may be worth $1 to $5 for common mint state coins. More for higher grade specimens, MS-65 and above. Proof coins may range from $2 to $10 depending on condition. Higher for deep cameo examples. Rare errors, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or misaligned dies, can significantly increase value. Because the coin contains no silver, its value is generally based on condition and rarity rather than metal content. The end of the classic reverse design. The 1988 quarter represents one of the last years of the traditional eagle reverse design before a major change in 1999. In 1999, the United States Mint launched the 50 State Quarters program. This program replaced the traditional eagle reverse with unique designs representing each of the 50 states. Thus, the 1988 quarter belongs to the final decade of the original Washington quarter design era, 1932 to 1998. Cultural significance. The quarter plays a unique role in American daily life. It is used in vending machines, parking meters, laundromats, toll booths, and countless everyday transactions. By 1988, the quarter had become one of the most recognizable coins in the United States. For many Americans, quarters were associated with arcade games, public telephones, coin-operated machines, savings jars and coin collections, Though small in value, the quarter holds strong cultural familiarity. Comparison with earlier and later quarters. The 1988 quarter stands between two major eras. Before 1965, silver Washington quarters. 1965 to 1998, clad Washington quarters, including 1988, 1999 to 2008 50 state quarters. 2010 to 2021, America the Beautiful quarters. 2022, present, American Women Quarters program. Compared to earlier silver quarters, the 1988 version lacks intrinsic metal value. Compared to later state and themed quarters, it retains a classic, uniform national design. Collecting the 1988 quarter. Collectors often include the 1988 quarter as part of a complete Washington quarter set, 1932 to 1998. It is not considered rare, but high-grade examples can be desirable. Collectors typically look for sharp strike, clean surfaces, minimal contact marks, strong luster. Proof collectors may seek deep cameo contrast, flawless mirrored surfaces. The 1988 quarter serves as an accessible and affordable coin for beginner collectors. Legacy. Although not rare or dramatically different from surrounding years, the 1988 quarter represents stability in American coinage. For over half a century, the Washington quarter design symbolized consistency and tradition. When the design changed in 1999, many Americans felt nostalgic for the classic eagle reverse. Today, the 1988 quarter stands as part of that enduring tradition. It represents continuity in U.S. coin design, late Cold War America, pre-state quarter era coinage, the mature years of clad coin production. Conclusion. The 1988 United States quarter dollar coin may seem ordinary, but it carries decades of history within its design. Born from the bicentennial celebration of George Washington in 1932, transformed by economic necessity in 1965, and circulated during a dynamic period in American history, the 1988 quarter is a quiet witness to national change. Its portrait of George Washington links modern America to its founding generation. Its heraldic eagle speaks to strength and unity. Its clad composition reflects economic adaptation. And its continued presence in circulation reminds us that even the simplest objects can hold deep historical meaning. While millions were minted and most remain worth only 25 cents, the 1988 quarter remains a tangible piece of American history, small in size but significant in story.